Yes, baby, I've been drinking. And it shouldn't come by, I know. But I found myself in trouble, and I had nowhere else to go. Got some whiskey from the barman, got some cocaine from a friend. Just had to keep on moving till I was back in your arms again. I'm guilty, baby, I'm guilty. And I'll be guilty all the rest of my life. How come I never do what I'm supposed to do? How come nothing that I try to do ever turns out right? You know how it is with me, baby. You know I just can't stand myself. It takes a whole lot of medicine for me to pretend that I'm somebody else. Still in my heart, after all these years, separated by time, now by distance. I couldn't allow myself to feel the loss that I feel right now as I put this song down. You're far away, and happy I know. It's a little bit late, 20 years or so, and it's a little bit cold for all those concerned. But I'd sell my soul and your souls for a song. So I pour my heart out. I miss you. I miss you. I'll miss you. I'm sorry, but I do. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I'm sorry, but I do. I want to thank you for the good years and apologize for the rough ones. You must be laughing yourself sick up there in Idaho. But I wanted to write you one before I quit. And this was it. I miss you. I miss you. And I wanted you to know I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. And I still love you so. The great nations of Europe had gathered on the shore. They conquered what was behind them, but now they wanted more. So they looked to the mighty ocean, they took to the western sea. The great nations of Europe in the 16th century. Hide your wives and daughters, hide the groceries too. Great nations of Europe coming through. Canary Islands, first land to which they came. They slaughtered all the canaries there, which gave the land its name. There were natives there called Guanches, Guanches by the score. But bullets diseased the Portuguese, they weren't there anymore. Now they're gone, they're really gone. You never seen anyone so gone. They're pictured in the museum, some lines written in a book, but you won't find a live one, no matter where you look. Hide your wives and daughters, hide the groceries too. Great nations of Europe coming through. Columbus sailed for India, found Salvador instead. He shook hands with some Indians there, and soon they all were dead. They got TB and typhoid and athlete's foot, the common cold and the flu. Excuse me, great nations coming through. Balboa found the Pacific, and on the trail one day, he met some friendly Indians whom he was told were gay. So he had them torn apart by dogs on religious grounds, they say. The great nations of Europe were quite holy in their way. Now they're gone, they're really gone. You never seen anyone so gone. Some bones hidden in the canyon, some paintings in a cave. There's no use trying to save them, there's nothing left to save. Hide your wives and daughters, hide your sons as well. With the great nations of Europe, you never can tell. From where you and I are standing at the end of a century, Europes have sprung up everywhere, as even I can see. But there on the horizon is a possibility. Some bug from out of Africa might come for you and me, destroying everything in its path from sea to shining sea, like the great nations of Europe in the 16th century. Got a wife, got a family, earned my living with my hand. rolling a steel mill, downtown Birmingham. My daddy was a barber, the most unsightly man. He was born in Tuscaloosa, but he died right here in Birmingham. Birmingham, Birmingham, the greatest city in Alabama. You can travel across this entire land. There ain't no place like Birmingham. It's a pretty piano, but someone here could play it. My wife's named Mary, but she's called Marie. Live in a 3-room house with a pepper tree. And work all day in the factory. That's all right with me. Got a big black dog and his name is Dan. Live in my backyard in Birmingham. It's the meanest dog in Alabama. Get him, Dan. Birmingham, Birmingham, the greatest city in Alabama. You can travel across this entire land. There ain't no place like Birmingham. When Karl Marx was a boy, he took a hard look around. He saw people were starving all over the place, while others were painting the town. The public-spirited boy became a public-spirited man. So he worked very hard and he read everything until he came up with a plan. To be no exploitation of the worker or his kid. No discrimination, 'cause the color of your skin. No more private property would not be allowed. No one could rise too high, no one could sink too low, or go under completely like some we all know. If Marx were living today, he'd be rolling around in his grave. And if I had him here in my mansion on the hill, I'd tell him a story that would give his old heart a chill. It's something that happened to me. I'd say, Carl, I recently stumbled into a new family with 2 little children in school, where all little children should be. And I went to the orientation. All the young mommies were there. Carl, you never have seen such a glorious sight as these beautiful women arrayed for the night, just like countesses, empresses, movie stars, and queens. And they'd come there with men much like me, froggish men, unpleasant to see. Were you to kiss one, Carl? Nary a prince would there be. Oh, Carl, the world isn't fair. It isn't and never will be. They tried out your plan, it brought misery instead. If you'd seen how they worked it, you'd be glad you were dead. Just like I'm glad I'm living in the land of the free, where the rich just get richer and the poor you don't ever have to see. It would depress us, Carl, because we care that the world still isn't fair. Let's go back to yesterday, when a phone call cost a dime. In New Orleans, just a nickel. Turn back the hands of time. Turn back the hands of time. Picture room, the window, sofa and some chairs, television turned on for the night. Picture a woman, two children seated, the man lying there, faces softly glowing in the light. If we had something to say, we'd bounce it off the screen. We were watching and we couldn't look away. We all know what we look like. You know what I mean. Wouldn't have had it any other way. We got comedy, tragedy, everything from A to B. Watching other people living, seeing other people play, having other people's voices fill our mind. Thank you, Jesus. Feelings might go unexpressed. I think that's probably for the best. You dig too deep, who knows what we will find. This is my country. Those were my people. Theirs was a place I understand. This is my country. Those were my people. And I know them like the back of my own hand. Picture room, no window, door that leads outside. Man lying on a carpet on the floor. Pictures three grown boys behind him, bouncing words off of a screen. Of a television big as all outdoors. Now your children are your children, even when they're grown. When they speak to you, you got to listen to what they have to say. But they all live alone now. They got TVs of their own. They keep on coming over anyway. And much as I love them, I'm always kinda glad when they go away. This is my country. These are my people. I understand. This is my country. These are my people. And I know them like the back of my own hand. I know them like the back of my own